Hey, this is RJB and I'm back to bring you the final installment of HamburgerSasu's tournament. The finals. It's going to be the last video of this tournament. To conclude this best of 7 finals, JH against Golton Kong. Both players have a single win. Both players have been playing phenomenally. Now we're going to find out who is going to be the champion. Who is going to take home the prize money, the trophy, and the honor to call themselves the best in this tournament. So here we've got Vacuum, also known as Golton Kong, short Kong, and here Janus, also known as JH, and Voss. Both players have proven themselves to be worthy of being in the finals. The last 4 matches in this finals has also been very fun. The matches have been pretty darn good. Both players have been trying to amp up the level, trying to get an edge up over their opponent, but they are in fact tied at the moment. The score is equal. And at the end of this video, we'll find out which of the two is going to be the champion. I am repeating myself, I know. I've said that twice now. I'm not going to say it 3 times. I'm not. JH here. Double barracks, triple barracks. Kong is going for a sort of a pseudo mid gate. Building his gateways there almost in the middle, but just inside of his choke. It's kind of the same idea. This is something Rabbit does from time to time. I've seen JH do it himself as well. You shorten the distance. Not by much though, not by much. But you try to shorten the distance to your opponent. Now he's scouting the middle spawns first, because the Zealots will have to cover the least amount of distance towards a middle spawn. But he's not being very diligent, he's only scouting the entrances, he's not going into the bases. There's actually a small chance that he's completely going to miss JH, but JH is in fact himself also placing his Marines and SCVs there in his choke. So Kong is going to find him. And the Zealot is already on the way. The bunker might in fact finish just in time. There's 2 Marines are in the front. Number 3 there is not yet spawned, but it's soon on the way. Zealot number 2 also spawns. This looks pretty good and pretty bad for Kong, depending on how this plays out from here on out. If that Zealot can get some Marine kills, this is going to look absolutely great for Kong. If the Zealot is going to die there in the back without getting any Marine kills at all, then I will predict, and I'm going to say, Kong is not going to harm JH whatsoever. All the Marines are still alive. That one's barely almost dead. Well, that's the first kill, and that's not kill number 2. He didn't get kill number 2. Honestly, he could have walked those 3 Zealots through into the base and maybe done some more harm, but he's being very safe at the moment. He's not taking the risk. I do think he could have taken the risk. I think it would have been worth it to go for it and try to get more Marine kills there in the back and open up a pathway into the base, but he's playing very safe, which is very unlike Kong. Usually, this guy tries to push himself a little bit harder. He tries to push himself a little bit harder, but now he is in fact getting pushed back. More Marines on the way, more Zealots spawning as well. Zealots now on the pushback as the numbers have evened up. Even numbers of Marines. Oh, what? He's going to commit to it. Finally, he's going to commit to it, but more Marines are there around the bunker. There's some Marines inside the bunker as well, so I really think Kong missed his chance there. He missed his chance because now he's never going to get into that base. But he does have something on the way there back at home, Dragoon range, so he's going for Dragoons after the Zealots. JH, I think JH has a feeling what Kong is up to. I think he's played against something like this before, because he's getting a range before he's getting a stim upgrade. So I do suspect JH knows that Dragoons are on the way, that is why he's getting a range. He might even add on a second bunker. Yeah, he's going to add on a second bunker as the SCV is moving to the front. Not yet starting the bunker there though, might go for something else first. Yeah, that's bunker number 2. He's building a bunker behind the other bunker. Not sure if that's optimal, but if the one in the front goes down, he still has one behind it. If he makes 2 right next to each other, then he does have more damage and more defensive ability against the Dragoons. But I guess this works as well. So Kong here on the bottom side is getting a very early robotics. Very early robotics, most likely for Reavers, but we have seen him go for Dark Templars instead of Reavers before. So either he's going for Reavers, which I think is the superior option in this case, but there's a chance he might go for Dark Templars and just try to sneak his Dark Templars in with his shuttle or through the front door. Honestly, the options he has are quite numerous. Kong finds the exact sweet spot for his Dragoons, the exact sweet spot, but the range on the Marines in the bunkers is going to keep those Dragoons away for now. So JH is playing this very smartly and wisely. He goes in for the attack there nonetheless. The stim upgrade hasn't finished yet. The Zealots there in the front do take down the bunker alongside with the Dragoons, and the Dragoons are going to try to take down the second bunker as well. There's no repair on the bunker. Actually, quite a big mistake there from JH to not repair, but in the end the Zealots do go down. Dragoons are pushed back, and stim is soon finished. Once the stim upgrade finishes, I do think JH has a chance to go for a counter push there with the Marines and the stim, because Dragoons are dying and taking damage. Dragoons are dying and taking damage. Not a lot of them have died, but they have taken some damage. So he has a chance to go for a counter push, but he's going to wait for his tank first. He wants to play this safe. He's building more bunkers and he's going to try to prevent Kong from getting in. That's his main focus for now. Reaver is on the way there back at home. Well, actually, Shell is on the way, but no Reaver. He can't even afford the Reaver yet. He cannot afford the Reaver, so he's going for shuttle speed first. He's going straight into Templar drops. I think he's going straight into Templar drops, not going to go for the frontal Reaver push. I really do think a frontal Reaver push would have been really sweet and really strong. But he's decided against it. Not sure if that's the right choice. If the storm hits though, if he can... Oh, he is making a Reaver after all. He's making a Reaver after all, but it's a little bit late. Reaver is a little bit late. He's going to put some Dragoons up on the hill first. Maybe take down those turrets. But the turrets are placed 1 square away from the hill. He can, in fact, hit the turrets though. I think he can hit the turrets. So this is going to work out. This is going to work out just fine. Or is the turret just out of his range? I think the turrets are just out of his range. But he can hit the SCVs. Reaver is close to finishing. He's got Templars, Dark Templars on the way as well. He can't get in through the front door. I'm not sure if JH got Siege Mode. I didn't see him research it. There's a chance he doesn't have it. There's a chance he does. Oh, he didn't get it. He's now getting it. Oh, he did, in fact, forget his Siege Mode. And forgetting his Siege Mode here might actually open up some opportunities for Kong. Because without the Siege, the Reavers are much more of a threat. Much more of a threat. But still, he can't quite get in. Marines are taking some damage. He's being distracted. He's pulling his Marines up to the top side there, trying to open up a pathway for the shuttle, but no, he doesn't think, he doesn't believe in it. Now he does though, now he does. Now he goes in for the attack. He goes in, sneaks through, Dark Templar and a Reaver in there. SCVs are not running away, SCVs are staying alive, SCVs are running away. Finally, Reaver unloads though. Reaver's gonna get some shots out on some SCVs there, but the Scarab does not connect, the Scarab does not explode, the Scarab is trying to do some though. The Reaver there goes down with getting a single SCV kills 2 Marines. Only 2 Marines. That is actually almost a miracle. Nothing short of a miracle that JH doesn't lose a single SCV, even though the Reaver was standing right next to him. And now he goes in for the frontal attack. But there's so many bunkers and tanks here that I don't think this is quite gonna do all that much damage. Takes out a tank, takes out a bunker, but in the end he is forced to retreat back into the center of the map. Kong is trying hard to break open JH's base. But JH is actually doing everything exactly as he should be doing it. The siege mode was a bit late, but that is a mistake that we can overlook. He's doing everything as he should be doing it. And Kong is trying to amp up the pressure, but he's behind in proc count in comparison to JH's worker count. Like 51 SCVs because he's on the double command center. He got a second command center at about 4 or 4.5 minutes into the game. He's been on double SCV production for quite a long. He's adding on a third command center as well. Kong is trying to catch up because he's starting to realize that I haven't dealt damage. I've invested a lot of money in all these attacks, but I haven't managed to make a crack. I haven't managed to break through. Comes in for the top side there. Shuttle actually not in... Gets through all the way. JH gonna try to intercept Reaver there. Unload. Templar unloads as well. The Templar unloads. Templar doesn't have Storm. Oh my. So in this series, we have had two occurrences where a player didn't have Storm finished. In this case, he didn't have Storm at all, but you know, if you make a mistake like this, you deserve to get punished for it, and the punishment in this case is he's going to fall even further behind on JH, who's now in 55 SCVs. Soon it will be 75 for sure. Very soon. Kong is adding on a lot of tech here, though. He's adding on a lot of tech. Cannons to protect his probes as well. He's expecting tank drops. It is quite uncharacteristic of JH that he hasn't gone for a tank drop yet. Usually he really likes going for tank drop, but in this game he knows. He knows that Kong went for a single Nexus opening and went for a very late second Nexus, that he doesn't actually have to use a tank drop. You can just play it safe, play it slow, play it steady and secure, and protect his income. That is his main goal, protect his income and don't take damage, because he knows that he will be stronger than Kong once the 11 or 10 minute mark passes. He's actually already stronger. He's actually already stronger, but he cannot go for a frontal push because his army is mostly Marines, and Marines, as we've seen before, they don't do that well against Templars because Kong has quite a nice amount of Templars, so a frontal attack not really going to be all that strong. Instead, he's electing to go for tanks up on the hill to try and push for those probes and abuse Kong's income. Now, will Kong have carriers in time? He's going straight into carriers after those drops and those attacks. He's already got a nice gateway mass. It's not massive. He does have a gateway army. Drop comes in there from the bottom side there. Shuttle makes its way through. 2 more shuttles there arriving on the scene. One of them got taken down. He's now loading there on the scene. Templar is there. 2 Templars. Templar's going to storm. Only 1 storm connects. The storm doesn't get any kills though. The Marines though do go down. But that's not what he was looking for. He was not looking for Marine kills. He wanted those SCVs dead. And he wanted them dead now because he needs to buy himself time. And the tank is already there on the ground, ready to push closer to the probes. Kong only on 59 probes. He's not getting many more. He's currently waiting for carriers to intercept their capacity and air upgrades. Although he can't afford them at the moment, because he's only mining from 5 assimilators. He cannot take these 4 there on the left. He can take this one on the right there though, but it's a little bit too far away from the Nexus. So he is struggling for gas. Most players on this map, they make a proxy base. We get extra additional simulators for more gas to finance the carriers a little bit faster. Now it's going to take a little bit longer before he has all his carriers that he needs. He also only has 4 Stargates, not 5, not 6, not 7 or 8. Oh, he does have 5. I guess number 5, but he's not using that one. I'm trying for another drop here from the top side. JH is still playing it slow, playing it safe. 83 SCVs, only has 4 refineries. Not sure why he only has 4, but at least he's focusing on attacking and pushing onto those probes. Rock comes in for the top side. There's nothing to intercept. There's a couple of Marines there in between, but the Marines are not focusing on the shuttles. Now, ooh, Temples are unloading, but all the SCVs are running away to safety. He gets 1 or 2 SCV kills, maybe 2 Marine kills as well, but once again, he doesn't really achieve anything of significance. Now, what I really do like, though, is... Ghosts and Lockdown are on the way. Gonna use Ghosts as his defense against the carriers and the shuttles, and I really like that. That is a forgotten art not a lot of players use anymore, but Lockdown on carriers is beautiful. Lockdowns on shuttles are also beautiful. Well, that is what JH is gonna do. Shuttle comes up there, Shuttle's gonna unload there up on the tanks, gonna try to clear them out, buy himself some time. Temple there in the mix as well. Temple gets taken down within the blink of an eye, doesn't get a chance to storm whatsoever. Kong is doing a pretty good job of buying himself time. JH hasn't made much progress at all. But the one thing JH got going for him is the fact that Kong has not been able to really attack at all. for the past 4 to 5 minutes. The Marines there on the scene also doing a pretty good job there. Stan comes out, kills the Dark Templar. Marines there to protect the tanks from those units, unloading on top of the tanks from the shuttles. 4 carriers have finished. Level 1 air attack and air armor on the way. Level 2 shields also on the way. I think level 2 shields are on the way. Actually, finished level 1 shields. Alright, poor Marines there, locked out of the base. But at least some supply space opened up for GH there. Kong only on 62 probes. He's pretty broke. Honestly, he could use a couple more, but once you have a carrier army, you don't need many probes. But in order to get the carrier army itself, you do need a lot of money. Tanks are unloading there next to the probe line. He's going to get a shot up on the probe. The tanks aren't sieging up. Tanks a little bit too far away. He gets a shot up on the probe, kills 3. All the other probes have ran to safety. A little bit slow there on the shot. Managed to almost get nothing at all, but at least he's keeping up the pressure and disrupts Kong's economy once again. Kong's base is small, but he's spending his minerals well, but his income is low, as I've said before. He doesn't have that many probes mining minerals, and doesn't have that much gas coming in as well. A proxy base there would be really much needed. But if he can get up to 9 to 11 or 12 carriers, he can keep JH back and at bay. JH is building a big field of turrets. He's raising the crops, turrets behind the hill to protect those tanks against those interceptors. Now the interceptors will be able to kill the tanks without a doubt for sure. But at least it will kill some interceptors as the carriers go in to kill whatever is up on the low ground or up on the hill. You can already see it happening. And given that the carriers, the interceptors don't have level 1 armor yet, that's going to be quite successful. But in comes Drop there from the bottom side. You hate to try to lock it down, but it goes there. He doesn't have the energy for it though, so he's going to unload there on the scene. There's Dark Templars and Zealots are in the mix. There's a turret next to it though, so he can see the Dark Templars, but he's going straight for the command center. Is it going to go down? That's the question. Is it going to go down? He's not repairing it yet. He's trying to repair it. Yes, the command center is going to go down. To one of the least expected attacks capable of taking it down. So not sure what's up with that one. JH there not repairing. I mean, his Zealots were blocked by the Dark Templars. His SVs were blocked by the Dark Templars and the Zealots, but this is the last thing that I expected to work, actually. I didn't see this one happening. So he did that, yeah, that's a good hit. Kong gets a pretty good hit there. It's not going to hurt JH too much because he's already maxed out. Has 94 SCV, so he's got all the money he needs. But he's failing to really put a dent into Kong, whereas Kong has now managed to put a dent into the armor of JH. Tanks are loading in the base, but the tanks, I'm not sure if they were intended to achieve anything, as they don't achieve anything. Still only on 5 Stargates. I'm honestly a little bit worried here, because 4 Stargates is all you can afford at the moment. But I don't believe in the fact he only has 4 stars. I don't believe he can do much with it. He does have a healthy amount of carriers ready to fight, 8 of them in total. He does have ghosts that he's up against though. JH is keeping his ghost back at home. He's not attacking with everything he's got. He's just throwing away some supply. He's not going all in. Honestly, JH can afford to go all in. He's got starports, he's got factories and barracks. He's got almost maxed out as well. Rockets from the top side, flies into the Valkyries. Valkyrie's going to take down the shuttle there. Nothing arrives on location, on destination. He's going to stay safe there. Two Zealots on the top side do take down the tank. He's going to try to kill some turrets. Don't think you'll get any of them though. Carrier is now attacking at the front. JH has to move his ghost to the front. He's got a lot of ghosts there in the back. I count about 12 or something. About 12. Yeah, 12 ghosts. 14, 15 ghosts. He's got a lot of ghosts with lockdown energy. It's time to go for the attack, JH. It's no longer time to sit on your butt and be defensive. It's time to attack, time to lock down the carriers and go for the finish. Carriers pull back. Arbiters also have finished. Kong is very slowly but surely creating an army. on a very, very tiny and small base. One lockdown came down on the carrier there, but there's nothing to finish up the carrier, so that lockdown, even though it looks cute, even though it looks cool, doesn't really achieve much. He's playing very defensive. Maybe he is under the impression that Kong has way more structures than he actually does. He throws in a scanner into the base, sees the carrier, sees the arbiter, sees the small amount of gateways there. Maybe this will make JH play a little bit more aggressive. So at the moment he's a sitting duck. He's building a base though, and that's one of the few things JH really loves to do, is building a big, nice, cute base that is impenetrable. In the end, I do think JH will win this impenetrable base. But maybe Kong is going to build a lot more. He's not allowed to build on the middle. He's not allowed to build a second base. But I do think he's going to add a couple structures. Maybe a couple more stargates and gateways. Now that he has his carriers and he's no longer spending as much money as he used to. So you can afford it. But will he do it? Comes in from the top side there once again there. Starts to tear down the bunkers. Tries to get his zealots on top of the tanks as well to take them down. Arbiter comes in there to get a stasis on the Valkyries. Valkyries get stuck in stasis. Storm comes down there as well. Double lockdown there on the Arbiters. One Arbiter just didn't get close enough to use the stasis. Carrier there gets locked down as well, so that's 2 units stuck in a lockdown. Dancing back and forth, trying to peel away on the outsides, but not really making any progress. He's basically just tickling the surface of JH. And JH, being as defensive as he is, I don't think he'll be experiencing any trouble in the foreseeable future with what Kong is up to. He's playing it very, very passive here though. He's playing it very passive. He really wants to get all the structures finished first before he goes in. He's playing it as safe as you can imagine. He really wants to hit the tank drop though. I think he wants to kill probes before he goes. He wants to kill some probes before he goes. That's why the dropships are here. He still wants to commit to the hill play instead of going for the frontal push, which I do think is a way better option than trying to stick to the hills. The hills haven't proven to do much for him so far, and Kong just keeps growing bigger and stronger as time goes on. But so does JH. Yeah, the tanks there on the low ground, not going to be much of a problem for the carriers as they just clear them out quickly and easily. 2 cannons did go down there though, so maybe there's a small chance that the next tank drop is going to actually hit the probes. Drop comes in from the bottom side as well, assisted by a couple Corsairs. As it goes there in between. Ghosts, are they gonna get the lockdown? Ghosts are not going for the lockdown. Lockdown on a shuttle. He hits the shuttle in between all those Corsairs. Shuttle says loading. Shuttle actually has 1 Templar in there. Templar storms and... actually, no, not a single SCV kill. He was on 92 and he's still on 92. But that attack doesn't achieve anything. Would have been really nice for Kong if he could get some damage down on his opponent, but no, it is once again not meant to happen. All he has managed to achieve so far is take down that command center, but after that, nothing has managed to connect. Nothing has managed to hurt JH, who's playing an overall very solid turtle defense. It's not super exciting, but it is effective, and it's working. And it's working well, and I think specifically against a player like Kong, this is the best way to play. Because Kong has great unit control, he's got great use of his units, he knows how to win fights. But it appears like he doesn't know how to really break through into the enemy base. Oh, good stasis there, but a lot of carriers, a lot of Valkyries still alive. The carriers are taking massive amounts of damage from the Valkyries. Like, whenever the interceptors return to the carriers, the Valkyries just massively shoot on the carriers. And it's going to happen sooner or later. Drop comes in from the top side once again. Corsairs covering the shuttles. No lockdown yet. Goes in all the way. Is he? Yeah, that's a lockdown, but he didn't hit the wrong shuttle. There's a Templar there on the scene. Dodges the storm quite expertly. Quite nicely done there. Zealot there on the top side still. Yeah, that went about as expected as I was stumbling over my words. Fumbling. That went about as I expected it to happen. Tanks there. Gonna try to push forward once again. Carriers clean it up without issue, but the Valkyries there behind the hill doing a great job against interceptors, and the carriers also keep going lower and lower and lower in their shields and their HP. He only has 2 shield batteries, 1 shield battery, a single shield battery there on the side. He's making a second one. He needs like 10 of them in order to keep the carriers healthy against the Valkyries. Shield batteries really do amazing against the Valkyrie damage. You just keep going in and out, in and out. And every single time you come back in, your carriers have full shields again. It basically somewhat counters the Valkyries in a sense, but now he goes in for the attack. They're straight onto the carriers. Carriers take a massive damage there from the Valkyries that are stacked on top of each other. It also comes in for a drop at the same time. It's drop going to hit and connect. The Templars there unloading on the scene. Templar is going to storm. Templar hits a massive storm, kills 16 SCVs there. Going to get a second storm off as well. Kill about 30 in the end in total. But at the same time here, the carriers do end up surviving the direct attacks from the Valkyries with the help of a storm from his Templar friend there. And both players, they're trading a blow for a blow. Now he goes in, the carriers are gone, time to clear out the hill, time to kill some structures in the air, time to get as much as he can before another wave of Valkyries is on the scene to keep those carriers away. Also gonna kill this cancer on the top side, great move there from Kong. Vessel there might try, ooh, there's a shuttle coming in there as well. Shuttle locks down on the carrier, locks it on a second carrier as well, but now Reavers are on the low ground. Shuttle did wait, no, did he get the shuttle or did he get the Reaver? I think he got the Reaver. Only a single Reaver is firing at the moment. Gets the Reaver number 2 as well, and lockdown really proving to be of great use. Instead of losing all of his turrets on the bottom side, he keeps it all safe, loses only about 5 or 6. The carrier's still on low HP, still only on 5 Stargates. I'm not sure what Kong is doing. He really needs to add on another 10 or so. He's got the space and room for it in his base, but he's really playing it on as little structures as he can. Another drop comes in, he's being consistent and he's being frequent with his attacks. Will this one storm drop hit? Templar arrives at 4, 3, 5 Templars in total. Storms hits the massive storm, kills a lot of SCVs there. That's a lot of SCV kills. How many did he get? 39 plus 9, that is about 48 SCVs falling to the mass storms. Maybe he got even more of them. I'm not too sure how many he got in total, but at least GH is low on minerals and low on SCVs. But he storms himself. Ooh, this is going to be a risky play. Kong is playing it risky. Now the game is really getting interesting. He killed all his probes. He still has about 37 of them, but he had about 67, so now he's on about half the amount. And he's gonna go all in on a very big, beefy army. Open up supply space for more carriers, has a lot of units as well. Go for more shuttle drops at the same time as well. Adding on more shield batteries as well. He's really using this moment where GH is at his weakest to build up, get stronger, and prepare himself for a future conflict. But GH though, GH has a lot of Valkyries here. A lot of Valkyries, more than 12. I count about 15, 14, not sure if it's 15 or 14. But those Valkyries are gonna arm these carriers really hard. And once he tears through those shields, the carriers that are already on low HP are gonna burn fast and quick. Shuttles there, ready to go in. Carriers are protecting the shuttles by taking turret fire. Valkyries are pretty far away. Valkyries not focusing on the shuttles. Shuttles are unloading on the bottom corner there. There's all the tanks that are ready to shoot on the Zealots and the tanks there. Storms on the Valkyries. Misses the storms mostly though. Carriers still alive. Zealots are breaking through. Gonna tear everything down here on the bottom corner. Tanks up on the hill, though, are killing the Zealots, doing a great job there. One Templar tries to get through and storm on the SCPs there, but gets taken down before it can. Carriers are killing all of the turrets as well, so a lot of turrets on the bottom corner, they get taken down. Carriers once again on the hunt, being hunted by the Valkyries. Valkyries attacking. Carriers are trying to heal as fast as they can, but the carriers are going down. The carriers are going down as there's not enough shields left in the batteries to heal them back up to full shields as he goes. A little bit of cute carrier Valkyrie micro there from JH. Tries to deal as much damage as he can. Carrier is forced to pull back. Now that was a pretty good trade there for JH. Kong also already burned through 6,000 of his minerals. Went from 12,000 to 5,000. That's 7,000 minerals in fact. And JH is still trying to recover. A lot of idle SCVs there, not on the minerals, mining his minerals. So he can't really produce that many units. But the ones that he's got are fighting for their lives. He's fighting with his life on the line. Shuttle drop there, gonna unload on the tanks, but no, there's Valkyries force the shuttles away. Carriers trying to go in from the bottom side there, but there's only 6 carriers, and now JH sees his moment, gets an EMP off on the shields, goes up for the hunt. Carriers running away, trying to stay alive the best they can, but the Valkyries get stormed to death. Saving the carriers just in time. Valkyries are pulling back. Carriers stay alive. They're on the side. Templar on the low ground is the absolute hero so far. So he's got a nice little army here in the front, ready to go in. But there's tanks upon the hill here. Tanks upon the hill here. So breaking through the front door is going to be difficult. Nuke comes down as well. Oh, there's a nuke and there's no observer on the scene. No storm on the Templar. No energy on the Arbiter. There comes the Ghost, but the Ghost is too far away from the cannons to get detected. This is going to be a nuke hit. He's going to go in for, did he hit the EMP? He in fact did hit the EMP on the Nexus. Kills the Nexus, kills everything that he can. And now the game is blown wide open in advantage of JH as he hits the nuke there on the Nexus. Kills the income of Kong pretty much entirely. As he's now long distance mining, which is very, very bad for your money. Very bad for your income. Carriers come in there from the front door. Have to take down the tanks upon the hill first. He's going for the tanks upon the hill, but it's only 4 carriers. And there's a lot of Valkyries there in the back. Storms are there on the scene though to storm the Valkyrie, but he misses the storm almost entirely. Carriers are taking brutal, massive, critical amounts of damage. Yeah, they do get taken down. Tanks up on the hill are going to keep the front door here alive. Zealots are penetrating through the goons as well, following right on their hind toes. But no, I don't think this is gonna be it. JH has defended himself really well. And Kong hasn't managed to make anything count. He really played it with too little money. He did have very frequent attacks. He kept JH inside his base for a long time, but JH also kind of decided to just stay in his base and played all around the hill here on the bottom corner. He didn't really decide to just move his mass into the middle and go for a frontal attack, which I think would have ended the game long ago, because he had a really good shot at ending the game with a frontal attack. But this also works. And it is, as we can see, working really well because Kong is running out of money. He's not making a proxy base because he is... I think he's allowed to make a proxy base for his minerals. Not sure what the rules on that are. So yeah, a couple of units are in the front. He's rebuilding his army, but it's a very slow process because he only have 4, 8, 11 gateways. Well, I mean 13 gateways. It's not a lot of gateways. 5 Stargate stills. That isn't a very quick carrier production. But I do think I'm starting to notice what Kong's weakness is. And that is his late game. And yeah, JH wins game number 5. JH wins game number 5. Kong just couldn't match up to JH's very solid macro style and very defensive style. JH defended that really well. Kong had some great concepts going on in the early game. Even in the late game he had some great concepts going on, but honestly I do think his economy was too small and his base was too small. I mean, it did fill out the entire base, but everything was just randomly placed, taking up a lot of space, and he didn't in fact have all that many structures. 13 gateways, 5 stargates, and 2 robotics. That's not much at all. And we could see the consequences of playing such a minimalistic playstyle backfire pretty hard. It did take JH a long time, but all JH had to do was kill the carriers and push for the probes. And it worked out. It worked out amazingly well. But now the roles are reversed. We've got JH here on the yellow Protoss on the middle top of the map, and we've got Kong here on the right top of the map, right next to him. Top right. Terran against Protoss. Will Kong give JH a piece of his own cake and play the exact same style? Or is he going to stick to his own unique playstyle? And that is trying to be super hyper aggressive, no matter what happens. So Kong finds his opponent. JH goes for 3 gateways into a Nexus. Or well, Nexus 3. What? This looks like a gateway, Nexus, gateway, gateway build order? Or is it the Nexus, gateway, gateway, gateway? I'm not sure. I've not seen this done much before. This is actually a little bit different from what JH does ever. One Gaster in the back, no forge whatsoever. Now the 3 gateways do give him some pushing ability, kills the SV there as well, probes not really going down, doesn't take any real damage. Hasn't scouted him yet, but I do think that he assumes he is right next to him. So sends the Zealot there to the side, and this other Zealot might go to the other side, but once he finds the choke there, yeah, that one is going to the left, but he finds him there on the right. That cues him in that, okay, he's right next to me. He's right next to me. Kong goes for a command center and a refinery in the back. That does make me believe that he intends to somewhat use the hills as well. He's going to play defensive. I do think it's a little bit unlike Kong to play defensive, but if that is what he has to do, he does realize that he has to do it. It is best. Oh, he's going for it though. He isn't sitting around. Tries to get some damage on the Zealot. He's going to try to push his advantage. Or to try to push for one. One cannon there in the front. Cybercore is some... Yeah, there's the Cybercore. They're on the way. So basically just a face-off, a standoff. Tries to land the barracks there, but nope, not gonna happen. He changes his mind. Cannon's already almost finished there at the main. Looking for a nice little spot to drop here though. He can't drop here because there's vision from the forge, the gateway, and the pylon. So maybe he's gonna land right here and try to run into the probes, the fire bat. He's gonna try it nonetheless. Factory there on the way, another barrack on the way to replace the one that got lifted up. Command center number 3 also on the way. Zealot's dancing back and forth. He's looking like if those Marines move out, maybe there's a chance he can kill some Marines, but he is realizing that Kong is really going to play this defensively. Looks like he saw the barracks there with the pylon. Greatly placed pylon. He's got pylons everywhere on the side. He's trying to fill out as much of his base as he can, as quick as he can, to get as much vision of his own base. And I do think it's going to be a little bit more efficient than Kong was last game with how he places his buildings. JH is never a person to really care about how he places it. He just tries to get as much as he can. He like crams everything into his base. He crams as much in there as he can. And the game is progressing nicely for JH. He's going for carriers. He's preparing himself for carriers. He's got air attack there on the way. He's going straight from drops into carriers. Triple robotics. Support right now on the way as well. He's got a Citadel there on the side. He's got Zealot lags there on the way. He's got a lot of Zealots in the front as well. I do think a frontal Zealot Reaver attack is gonna be quite successful. Kong is preparing himself for the defense, bolting turrets on his sides. He's getting a lot of SCVs at the same time. He's growing richer and richer bit by little bit. So that's looking nice as well. Those players are on track. Going exactly where they gotta be. Double Reaver has been queued up. He's got 2 shuttles finished. Usually people get 1 shuttle, then 2 Reavers. You want to get 2 shuttles instead of 1. There's a 3rd one there as well. Looks like he's not going for a frontal attack. I think he's gonna go for a triple shuttle double Reaver with 8 Zealot drop. All lined up here all in the front. So it does look like I have the right idea. Maybe he's gonna mix up small little things. Not sure. He's got armor on the way for Zealots. It won't finish when the Reavers finish. So the armor will be a little bit late, but it will be there for the follow-up attack. Kong starting a starport. A line of turrets here on the side, just outside of Dragoon range. Like if you place Dragoons on the hill, they can shoot here. If a turret is built here, they can hit the turret. If the turret is built there, they can't. Goes in. Oh, forced to turn around as the Marines stimming in to kill the shuttle with the Reavers, in fact. It's a good choice there from JH to keep the shuttle alive and the Reavers alive as well. He decides to fly all the way around. Flying all the way around actually does give him a chance to do a double draw. As another wave of shuttles is finishing up, got about 6 Zealots there ready to be loaded up and a Reaver as well. So there's in fact a chance to unload here on the top side and on the bottom side at the same time. Kong is making bunkers on his sides because he knows Reavers are the chosen option from JH, and bunkers, of course, protect the Marines from the Scarabs. So that's a wise choice to always go for some bunkers in your base. Doesn't matter where, in the front, in the back, on the sides, anywhere you want them to be. Build some bunkers, put some Marines in, and see those Reavers cry themselves to sleep at night. Stargates are coming up. Temple's Archive also there. Unloaster on the bottom corner. Yeah, this one's gonna do some damage. Even though the bunker is a good option against Reavers, it does go down pretty quick. Now Unloaster on the top side as well, and Kong has to split his attention. Shield is empty there though, as if he's running away nonetheless, because he doesn't know if there's something in there. He's getting attacked from 2 separate locations, and Kong doesn't have that much to split up and defend both locations at the same time. Tank's gonna take it down there by the Zealots. Reaver staying in the corner there to kill Marines once they go in. A shuttle drop there comes in from the left side as well. This one has Reavers in it, and Zealots as well. The Swedes are running away. Reaver's gonna try to kill some stuff, picks up the Reavers, keeps it alive. Marines are chasing the shuttle as best as he can. Reaver gonna shoot, Reaver gonna get picked up. Reaver stays alive, shuttle stays alive. Reaver runs away, goes there into the corner. This is looking disastrous here for Kong. JH is pulling up a really greatly coordinated attack here. So Reaver's still alive in the corner. The Marines gonna have to try to kill it. Oh no, the Marines are not attacking. The Reaver stays alive. Reaver goes down, but now on the side here, he's killing depots. He's gonna get Kong supply stuff. The game is looking very bad here. The game is escalating really quick. Reavers on the bottom side, Reavers on the left side. More Reavers on the way. Templars might be in there as well. 2 Templars, 1 Reaver, 1 Zealot. Is this gonna be the money shot? Is this gonna end the game? Comes in there from the left side and loads there right next to the command center. 2 Templars are on the scene. Templars gonna try to storm, but the storm hasn't finished yet. Once again, this is a repeat of that game. The second game of the series where JH also went in a little bit too early. Storm finishes though. He's going to try to storm on them. He storms and the SCVs run straight into the storm. Gets about 5 or 4 kills, but now the Reavers on the bottom side stay alive. Get picked up. Going to fly straight into the tank there. The tank can't shoot on them. Going to try to get a shot up on the SCVs as he's running away. Gets a huge, massive shot there on the SCVs. 1 more Reaver there still alive. In the end, everything gets cleared out, but Kong is broke. He's broken. He's a broken man, shattered at death's door. He's standing on the doorsteps of death. Can he make it through? It's a 100 supply difference. Another attack comes in here from JH. There's a lot of units in there. I'm not sure what's in there. Templars are loading. Mostly Templars and Zealots. Storms on everything he can. Storms everywhere. 4 storms in total. All the Marines have been cleared out. Another drop there comes in with the top side once again. This one has more Templars in it. JH is absolutely on fire. Dropping everywhere, storming everywhere. Not a single little bit of rest, not a moment of rest here for Kong, as he just continuously running away, trying to stay alive, trying to keep his SCVs alive, trying to keep and stay upright, but no, JH calls that it's all over. Kong falls in game number 6 to JH's absolutely monstrous performance here from this Protoss. This was a monstrous Protoss performance from JH. It took him a while to amp up, but once he hit the 8-minute mark, which is non-stop abuse, Kong had nowhere left to run. JH just gave him a seminar in how to play an economy Protoss and play it well. That was absolutely monstrous. It was monstrous. So JH there is our champion. JH wins the best of 7 in the finals of HamburgerSasu's tournament. Takes home the cash prize of, I think, about $300, $400. Not sure what the exact amount was, but it was a lot of money. And he won it. And he won it convincingly. He gave Kong a nice little bit of education. How do you break a Terran? Turns out that the more cheesy, all-in, risky playstyle from Kong, if you play against a player like JH, it won't get you the win. Maybe against other players, but JH, that guy is a solid little cracker. He's strong, he knows what to do, and he comes out as the champion. Thank you for watching. It was RJB for RJB TV. Come back next time when I bring you something else. Well, back to the normal stuff. Like no more tournaments for a while. Straight back into the high level stuff that we usually get. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.